I'm Greg Skalka, president of the Computer Hood User Group in San Diego, and I will be presenting today on online group deals and other savings. Now, though this is an APCUG presentation, by groups, I don't mean user groups, but purchasing groups. That is, a group of people organized to get a special deal from a vendor. These are the main group deal sites that I know of, and these groups negotiate deals with vendors. These groups are organized by these companies. You may have dealt with other group buying institutions such as Costco or Sam's Club. They incur a membership cost to them. These are groups that you can join and get deals just by signing up. You'll need to create an account and, of course, give them a little bit of personal information, but there's no other cost to it. Groupon is the biggest one at this point, I think. They've been in existence since 2008, are a publicly traded company. They have become kind of the de facto online group deal site. Kind of like saying, well, I'm going to make a Xerox copy of this or hand me a Kleenex. Any time that I buy group deals and refer to them to other people, I'll say, oh, I bought a Groupon for this. But there are other sites. There is, for instance, LivingSocial, which is another online site. They actually started in 2007 with mainly things to do in your local town. But they've branched out and now offer deals in other locations, other types of things, goods and services as well. And of course, Amazon, the big online retailer, couldn't get left out of the online group deal business. So they started Amazon Local, which also offers online group deals. TravelZoo is an online site that mostly deals in travel, cruises, airfare, hotels, things like that, but they also have events, plays, Las Vegas shows, and things like that that you can get deals on. I've listed the Union Tribune San Diego deal site, because that's my local media deal site, but your local newspaper or TV station or radio station may have a group deal site as well. And they would offer some additional deals for your locale that might be of interest. I've also listed a couple of websites here that I have not personally purchased from. I can't vouch for them, but I've gotten somehow on their email mailing list and get their deals in emails all the time. So I thought I'd list them as well. And there's undoubtedly lots more out there that are out there trying to get your business. So what is the deal with group deals? What are they trying to do? They offer deals that you purchase ahead of time, unlike a coupon that you get in the mail or something like that. This is something that is a deal that you're going to buy the right to have this deal, get a voucher, and then you will get that deal. These deals are for meals, hotel stays, goods, travel, entertainment, services, experiences, all sorts of things. They'll offer things for various restaurants, all sorts of different locations to stay, different events like baseball, soccer, plays. They'll offer services like oil changes, or one thing that I seem to get a lot of that I'm not really interested in, nail salon services, or spa services, things like that. But there's also a lot of interesting things that you can do. Here's some of the deals that I've bought over time for various restaurants. They offer different ones from high-end steakhouse restaurants that would normally seldom give you a discount to pizza parlors. There's lots of different hotel deals you can get They're really good for celebrating an anniversary, for instance. I've taken my wife a number of times to local hotels here in the San Diego area. It's a destination for people to vacation, but we don't normally go to some of the hotels. When I look at some of these deals, these are pretty appealing. You can get them, and so I can take her out for a weekend away type of thing or a night out at a local hotel that's normally pretty expensive. You can get, I've bought baseball tickets, other different sporting event things. There's in San Diego a lot of breweries, and I've bought a number of brewery tours, wine tastings, going to plays, other things that you can do that are kind of out of the ordinary, that if they offer them in your area, are things like Segway tours. I've done that here. Downtown ghost tour I did with my daughter. Stand-up paddleboard rentals, sailboat rentals, boat rides, harbor tours, all sorts of different things like that. So what's the benefit for these group deals? You're obviously buying something, putting out some money as opposed to a coupon. What's the reason you'd want to do it? Well, mainly you want to do it for savings. Typically when you do these deals, they'll offer, say for a restaurant, you buy a certificate that gives you, say, $60 versus a value for maybe $30. So you're getting a 50% discount on that item. What you do is you buy a voucher that you pay $30 and it is worth $60 to that merchant. You'll get typically 40 to 50% off on a lot of different things, hotels, tickets, events, whatever they happen to be offering. There are also sites that offer goods as well. It's harder to tell maybe what the value of those is. But you can also get recreational ideas from looking at these sites, different things that you can do. Might give you ideas for things that you normally would not have thought of. Benefits can vary, however, so you need to be a savvy shopper, check things out, make sure that this is a good deal. Sometimes they'll offer a deal that seems like a good thing, but then I'll find, oh, I can get a coupon out of the magazine or newspaper that's almost as good. Why not do that instead of putting out the money to buy this voucher? So exactly how do these deals work? These services, Groupon, LivingSocial, have a website. They send out emails. So you go look at those websites. You might find some deal that you're interested in buying, say for a restaurant. Go to their website and look at the deal. Check out the restrictions and limitations, any expiration date. You decide it's something you want to do, then you purchase it online. You obviously have to have an account with them, but it's as simple as providing your email address and name, and when you buy it, your credit card. Now, when you purchase these things online, the group sites have made arrangements with the vendors to offer these deals. These vendors are interested in getting different people to take advantage of their business. They might be, opening a new business and want to drum up business, or just, increase their advertising. It's a way to advertise their business. So they'll typically have a limited time or quantity on these deals. So that's something you need to look at when you're purchasing it. Will you be able to use it in that time frame that's offered? And if you happen to see a particular deal on the website, it's only offered for a particular amount of time. It might be as short as a day or a week that you would have the opportunity to buy this deal. Some of them are limited in quantity, so that once they've sold a certain number, they're out. For hotel deals, there's obviously certain capacity that they've got in rooms, and once they've filled that up, or whatever they've set aside for that, the deal is done. So say you're able to successfully purchase your voucher, what's the next step? You print your voucher, and then you have it for taking to your vendor to get that deal. They also have the ability to, in most cases, have the voucher information on your cell phone, your smartphone, your tablet, instead of having to print it out. I have seen some issues with that, however, and it seems that not all vendors that are setting up these deals with Groupon or LivingSocial are as tech savvy, and I've seen people bring in their cell phone, and it takes them a little longer to process that than if I just hand them my voucher, paper one. Sometimes these deals are not generated by a voucher. Sometimes on the site they're booked directly with the vendor, so no voucher is needed. It's done directly with the vendor for, say, a hotel. You just go to the hotel and present your ID, and you have a deal directly there. If you happen to have a voucher, you'll probably have to then go reserve your deal. If it's a restaurant, they might request that as part of the deal you make reservations a certain time in advance. If it's a hotel, you obviously need to do that so that you can get your date that you want. One of the key things is you want to redeem at the vendor by the expiration date. Because after that date, that deal, that additional value that you're buying, goes away. I'll typically advertise it as good through X date, sometimes by 11:59 p.m. on that date. And after that, you lose that extra value. You don't lose the amount you paid typically. That voucher is still good for that amount paid at the vendor for their services. Some companies advertise that you won't lose money even if the vendor goes out of business. The company Groupon or LivingSocial will pay you, a refund for that. One thing I missed here was that when you redeem the vendor certificate, sometimes there's additional items that you have to pay for, and that will be all listed on the voucher. For instance, for a boat trip that I'm going to actually be taking in 2 days with my daughter to Catalina Island, you have to pay $6 in port tax, which isn't included in the voucher. Other times at hotel stays, the voucher will say does not include these nice little resort fees that they're adding to hotel stays. So that will be something that you'll have to note when you buy the voucher to make sure that you're aware of everything you're responsible for and what's included in the voucher. Are there restrictions? Of course. Each site and deal is unique, so you need to really read the details of the deal, and it's a good idea to check on the site for their terms, the Groupon or LivingSocial or TravelZoo, what their refund policies are, and make sure you're aware of everything about the deal. Because each one is unique, even though you've done a number of ones, I keep finding new, different things all the time. One of the main restrictions is the expiration to use the deal. Typically, buy one of these certificates for a discount at a restaurant, you have till maybe, say, November 5th to use it. Sometimes these expiration dates are only a few months from now when they're sold, or it could be a year or so. So it's something you need to verify and know that you will be able to use it in that time frame. As I said, the paid value, the amount that you paid, say $30 for a $60 restaurant coupon, is always available. That value will be paid either if you go to the vendor after the expiration date. It's good for the value of the that paid value that you made in trade with that vendor. So maybe you can't get $60 worth of food at that point from the restaurant, you will get $30 worth of food. So it's not like you lost that $30. There are, as I said, some of the sites advertise that you won't lose money if the vendor goes out of business, but you need to check that out with the group site itself. There are also restrictions sometimes on blackouts. Why do vendors do these types of deals? Well, they're trying to sell out in times when their business isn't as good, so they're also not going to want to offer these deals when their business is good. So there might be blackouts for holidays, for hotels, for instance, or even restaurants. And that's something you need to note to make sure that, well, there's enough time for you to use this without counting on those blackout times. You can also, unfortunately, as I found, have a redemption rush when it's getting near the expiration date. I'll buy a number of these different deals over a period of time with the intent, oh, I'll use it here pretty soon, but life kind of gets in the way, and I'll forget about using that for a while, and then I'll notice, oh, I'm a couple weeks away from this restaurant deal expiring, I'd better use it. I had this happen here a couple years ago. It's a nice restaurant that I'd been to before, and they're offering a pretty good deal. And it must have been a deal because there were a lot of people that took advantage of this deal, hundreds or more. And I was going to go to this restaurant with my wife, and I'd planned maybe a week in advance, ought to be enough, and I was doing it on a weeknight. So, oh, there shouldn't be any problem redeeming this certificate. Went to the restaurant, which unfortunately was not very close to our house, and the place was packed. So didn't want to wait for the couple of hours we would have to wait, and was able to make a reservation for a couple nights later. But that restaurant was just completely booked for the last week of the use of that certificate. So that's something to be aware of. Don't wait till the last minute when it's possible there could be a big rush on using those certificates. And of course, when you're potentially not going to be able to use something, be sure to research the rules for refunds. As I said, they'll usually, if a merchant refuses the voucher, say they went out of business, then deal sites generally have a policy for that. This is a certificate for a round-trip ticket from Newport Beach to Catalina. This is the one I'm going to use on Monday to take my daughter to Catalina Island. I have taken the barcode, which is what the merchant's going to use to identify this as a valid voucher, off of there so that I don't run into the same problem that some reporter had putting a Bitcoin certificate up during some video interview, and someone took a video snapshot of that and redeemed his Bitcoin. So this is shows what the different restrictions that you might have on a deal are. It says this promotion value expires November 9th, 2014. So I've got only a couple more months to use this. This is for a round-trip boat trip from Newport Beach to Catalina, normally in the $60, $70 range. This is $37, which is a pretty good deal. They'll limit you to a certain number of items. You can buy 10 per person, so you could take your family. And they also, for some reason, they often add you can buy additional ones as gifts, not in your name, I guess. You must complete the travel by that date, and advanced reservation is required, and for weekends 1 month or more prior to travel. I made sure I made reservation plenty of time ahead of time. You'll notice there's a lot of blackout dates here, number of different times when they knew they'd be full and didn't want to be discounting the travel they were selling. So this will list all the different things, and it also shows here the $6 tax not included, which I'll have to pay on the 2 certificates that I'm going to be redeeming when I get there. So all I have to do is be there at the right time with my certificate, check in, pay my tax, and I get boat rides. This is the certificate for the overbooked restaurant that I did. I wanted to show what kind of deals you typically have and restrictions for a restaurant group deal. This was a deal I paid $30 for, but got a $60 value out of. And as you can see, it had a promotional period, ended December 6th in 2012. I only could buy one of these vouchers, and there was only one voucher to be used per table. So if another couple wanted to go with us and bought a voucher, we both wouldn't be able to use both of our vouchers at the same time dining. Now this says not valid towards merchandise purchases. So if I had decided I didn't want to go through the hassle when we went there of actually dining, instead wanted to redeem my $60 worth of value at their gift shop buying steins or something like that, I couldn't do that. This is only for dining. And another note, which is very typical for restaurant deals, not valid toward special holiday meal items or happy hour prices. So you can't buy one of these deals and expect that you're going to be able to use the coupons that you saw in the paper as well, or get other special deals that they're offering. They're already offering a 50% deal on the food as well, so they're not going to offer more. Another thing to note with these type of restaurant deals is, you have $60 of value here. It says no cash back or cash value, so that means that you can't buy $30 worth of food and get $60 back or $30 back. You lose the other $30. So if you only spend $30 worth of food, you're not getting any discount. The ideal thing would be to buy just a little bit more than $60, then you get 50% off. If you wound up having a really fine meal for $120, your value is now only 25% off, but that's still good too. Here's a LivingSocial coupon. It's for a set of beers at a local brewery here in San Diego. And its restrictions are similar. It's got a enjoy by date effectively, February 23rd, 2014, when I had to redeem this to get the value that I was trying to get, which is 2 pints of beer and 8 tasters of beer intended for 2 people at this brewery. Now, one of the restrictions on here is that obviously you must be 21, but the entire value must be used in a single visit. So this is intended for you to bring someone and have some beers. Suppose you could go and drink them all yourself, but probably not advisable. But you also couldn't take this certificate and go and have a pint one day and say, well, then I'm going to come back next week and have another pint. This has to be done in one sitting. So those are the kinds of things that you've got to look into, make sure you understand when you do buy these. Other group deal details, their websites and emails or how they communicate their information to you. You go off to their websites, you'll find they're very detailed in terms of being able to search. They'll have deals listed by type and deals listed geographically. That's one of the nice things about these deal sites. If you know you're going to be going to some location on vacation, you can look for the deals that you can get in that location and perhaps purchase them and then use them while you're on vacation. You've got to be particularly aware of things like when they expire and all the different restrictions, but they can be a good way to save when you're going on vacation as well. Emails that they'll inevitably send you when you sign up for these sites, you'll be getting 1 or 2 a day probably. I get that many from all those different sites. They'll list sometimes what they call daily gems, ones that are a particular discount at a particular time of day. Like LivingSocial's gone to having a daily gem that a specially discounted offer that's good until 3 p.m. on that day. They're trying to get you to go to their website before 3 p.m. every day and see what the latest deal is. Also, I've seen sometimes they've got some interaction in their website. I'll see something and click on it to get the details, and a little window will pop up that says, if you buy this in the next 10 minutes, you can get an additional 10% off. So they're trying to get you to buy right away. If it's something that you're really interested in, because obviously you're looking at it, then you might be inclined to do that. And you can get a little additional savings that way. And I said, as you know, these places need to have an account set up for you to be able to buy any of these items. Now is a good time when I'll ask if there's any questions. Were there any? I haven't been looking at the chat. Francis, have there been any questions?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Maybe someone will think of something. It's a real clear cut, and I definitely use all the things that I do also.
Okay. Well, then we'll take this time to switch over. I wanted to show what these websites look like. So if you can switch me over, Francis, then I will.
Do you see the share my screen button?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's put your screen up there, and you'll want to, I'll try to help you maximize it.
Okay.
I don't know how big we want it. I'm not sure I want it full screen. Things usually blow up with my fancy computer when I make things full screen. It's a bad habit with these fancier high-end computers. I'm going to go ahead and
Okay. Do you see the email I've put up here now?
Oh, yes, we see it. Yes, we see the email. Well, I didn't know it was an email. I was busy looking at the deal.
Right. Okay. So I'll show what the emails look like for these different sites. This is a Groupon email. This is one I got yesterday for their featured deals. You can see they've got things like food, Nutcracker play, different items actually, and what they have as getaways. Groupon has, sorry about that, I think Groupon has also gotten so many different vacation or travel items. They've also got a Groupon Getaways category that they've set up, and so this is some of the things they've got. And here they're offering 2 days only, extra 15% off on any of their getaways. So if you use that promo code, you can actually get additional savings. So here's something that if I weren't just going for the day with my daughter, I could do a hotel on Catalina Island. So all these different travel things offered. They've also gotten so big, Groupon has segmented out Groupon goods as well. I get an email for different items. I don't know how good the item deals are. I've not actually bought any of those. I've bought more the restaurant or experience type of things, but they may be a good deal as well. Here's LivingSocial email, all the different things that they have. So if you're interested in the International Bacon Film Festival in San Diego, you can get it for half price. Amazon Local has the same kinds of things. And then, oh, I guess I don't have a travel zoo. All right, now I was going to show websites. I don't know if I've got to set up a different share for that or not, Francis. Are you able to see the Groupon website now? Are you there, Francis?
It hasn't. I may have to set up another share. I'm not sure. It's not going there. You're supposed to be sharing your screen right now, and most of we're not seeing anything. So I may have to start it over again. I'm not sure what's going on. All I'm seeing is a blank screen. So let me.
Oh no, I can fix it. I can fix it.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's. Oh, okay. It did it.
Yep. Okay.
So that looks good.
Operator. All right, so this is the Groupon site, and as you'll see, they categorize things. You can also search, and here's another handy thing that, like I said, if you were going to go to another location, you could, I've set it up for San Diego, you could also look for, say, Baltimore or any location that you wanted to, and then look for deals there. And so there's just scads and scads of deals. I don't typically go through these a lot. I'll typically get ideas from the emails, but you can search through these websites for long periods of time. This is the LivingSocial site, and as you can see, they're doing this daily gem, which I never remember to look at, but here they've got 3 hours and 27 minutes to go to get this particular restaurant deal. Their normal price would have been $25. During this time for the next 3.5 hours, you could get it for $21. So that represents a little bit more savings too. Once again, they can categorize things. You can only look at the things for health and beauty or whatever, and be able to winnow down the types of things you're interested in. You can also set up on all these sites. They always love to get more of your personal information for your account, the things you're interested in, and then they will promote those things in the emails they send to you. But of course, if you're not too keen on providing lots of personal information, maybe you don't want to do that. It's all the trade-off for what you can get versus what you've got to provide. This is Travel Zoo's site, and they provide mostly travel-related things, but they also have some entertainment things like U.S. Open tennis or Vegas shows, but they've got some interesting deals on their site. This is Amazon Local site. So you can get everything from a burger to tanning sessions to bowling, all at a discount. So those are the different websites. And now, Francis, if we can switch back to the slides. There we go. We will go on to check if there's any questions up to this point in time on what we've covered so far.
2 questions have arrived.
Okay.
One is I'll read them to you. One is, the first one was, in addition to deals for individuals, have you looked at rebates and commissions for users groups that are 15C1 organizations like Amazon affiliates? And then the second.
Oh, I see that. No, I haven't. I haven't looked into those related to user groups.
Yeah, but the big one there would be TechSoup, and I've had a mix of success with them. Sometimes you can get a real good deal, and sometimes they're sold out because free plus a small fee is a very hard price to beat. So, and then
Yes, that's true.
the next question is: are there any particular imposters to watch out for? He's talking about probably things like phishing and fake bogus sites and things.
I would only deal with sites that you're familiar with. Obviously, getting emails from Groupon and LivingSocial that you can recognize, that would, be what you want to do. If you're concerned about that, you can obviously go to their site if you get an email that you're suspicious of. I mean, obviously, they're trying to get you to think you have bank accounts at accounts that at institutions you don't really have accounts at. It's not too far a stretch to think that someone could come up with a fake Groupon site email, send it to you. The link takes you to their site where they spoof you into thinking you're going to buy this deal with your credit card, and then they have your credit card number. So obviously you want to do the same careful consideration when you're dealing with things you receive as emails as you would otherwise. And if you're concerned about some new site, as I talked about, there are a couple sites I get things for that I've never actually bought anything from yet. I haven't decided that they had anything that was that interesting, but before I was going to go deal with them, I'd want to research to see that, yes, it is a real site. All right, any other questions, Francis? We'll move on.
Yeah, Judy suggests Amazon Smile. You have to register your group with them. And Amazon is very generously giving a percentage of their profits to any group you register with Amazon Smile. You just have to go to smile.amazon.com, log in, and then the percentage or whatever you buy goes to your group.
Oh, that's a good thing for your group.
Yeah, so I just looked at it the other day. I think I'll see if I can talk somebody into letting me register some of my dozens of purchases there.
Ah. All right, we will move on to other online deals, other groups. As I talked about before, Costco, Sam's Club are group purchase institutions that you have to be a member of to get their deals. They also have an online arm, Costco.com for Costco, and I think Sam's Club has the same kind of thing, that you can also get some additional deals on things like restaurant and event gift cards. They sell some at the Costco stores, but a number of deals are online only, and you can save money on those as well. Their typical thing in the stores or online is a 20% savings. You buy gift cards that are valued at $100 for only $80. You can get them for restaurants, theme parks, other different things like that. I found one, though, they were doing a special online that was $60 for a period of time. So that was a 40% savings. So sometimes those online sites are good to check every once in a while. You might find something of real value. And then there's the entertainment book as another group item that you can save money on. If any people out there have seen these before, some organizations sell them, maybe even some user groups sell them to raise money. Entertainment book is an organization that solicits deals from vendors and then prints out these coupon books. They also have deals that are available online at their website, entertainment.com, when you've bought their book and registered it. These books are available for around $40 normally. They've got them for cities all over the country, but just as their value decreases as they near their expiration time, they cut the price of the book. These books are good for about a year, from the fall of a year up until November 1st of the next year. And at that point, they're not worth anything anymore. but when they first come out at the beginning of the season, they're around $35, $40. But if you've registered with entertainment before and have had a book and they have your information, they'll start sending you emails as the year goes on. Oh, they'll sell you them for cut rate price. So I'll typically wait till they're a little cheaper and then buy one, and sometimes two if I find there's something good deal. And they also have group deals on these books that you can buy for lower price as well. They'll have coupons for all sorts of things, from dining, entertainment, oil changes, moving expenses, all sorts of different things, movie tickets. But they do have this expiration of November 1st of every year, and they'll also have additional coupons when you've bought a book that you can get online as well. So even though you've maybe used the one coupon in the book, they'll offer every couple of weeks a new set of some additional coupons that you can exercise. So my recommendations for online deals, obviously, shop around, because there's so many different kinds of deals out there, whether it's coupons that come in the paper, online deal sites, coupon books, or whatever other things you can find. You want to make sure, if you're looking to get deals, that you get the best deal, or at least a good deal. You never want to wind up finding, say, oh, I could have gotten a cheaper deal somewhere else, or, oh, I really didn't get a good deal at all because it's about the same price anyway. You want to make sure you check the prices before you buy, check for competing deals, look for any additional discounts like those deals that pop up every once in a while on certain items on LivingSocial site or the Daily Gem thing. Sometimes you can get an additional discount on some of the group items you're trying to buy. One thing you want to make sure of is you're going to get some savings out of it. So plan before you buy it to make sure that it's something you will be able to use. I've got a couple of certificates that I've didn't get to use before the expiration date. One of them was a kayaking rental that I was going to do with my wife for a particular reason, but we never got around to doing it before the expiration time. The expiration time was in the middle of the winter when it was a little cooler, and my wife was not interested in doing it. So as it got closer to the time, it became obvious she wasn't going to do that. Another one was for a stand-up paddleboard thing that a lesson that I was going to do with my daughter. So I bought that thinking here's something I can do with my daughter. It'll be fun. She's college age or just graduated from college, and something she was interested in. But since she was up in Orange County, a little farther away, it was difficult scheduling it. And in the end, I could never make it work to get it done in that amount of time. But I was able to use the certificate that I'd gotten from the kayaking place, which is now expired but was now at face value, and use it for just paddleboard rentals with my daughter. So I was able to use that one up and not lose the value I'd paid. I unfortunately still have the one for the stand-up paddleboard lesson. I haven't figured out how I'm going to get that redeemed yet. But I've made so much on some of the other deals that I've had that it's still a net profit for me in terms of using these deals. That's something to keep in mind. Don't let them expire. Use them. And to that end, I've put all my group deals into Outlook calendar so I can keep track of them and know when they're going to be coming up. And one of my other recommendations is have some fun experiences. I've done a number of things with my wife, going out, staying in a hotel as a treat, or doing, I said, the stand-up paddleboard stuff with my daughter. My son, who's mid-20s, I'll buy these beer tasting things, and we'll do that together. It allows you to, have some fun family experiences. You can do things that you maybe hadn't done before, like ride a Segway. But most of all, save money. Now we'll quickly go through another thing. Everyone belongs to a group of people that have birthdays, and there are a number of merchants that are out there giving deals for your birthday. These include discounted or free meals, free desserts, or other freebies like a boat ride. Most are valid for a window of time around your birthday, but there are some that are only good on your birthday. And some of these merchants give them for anniversaries as well. Some of these deals are pretty good. Others, I've found that, well, they're offering, half price on a meal. I could have gotten that deal with a coupon. Here are some of the specific ones I've found are pretty good. Rubio's, which is a casual Mexican restaurant that's chain here in California, Arizona, maybe in the West. I don't know if it extends any further than that. They actually offer a free $7 food credit if you join their merchant club, their Friends of Club or whatever, and provide them, of course, with your birthday. Then they will send you around your birthday a certificate for $7 in free food, no strings attached. Jersey Mike's, which is a sub sandwich chain, they will give you a free sub and drink on the date of your birth. So you have to provide ID for that. There's a Catalina boat company here that, not the one I'm going on Monday, but another one that offers a free trip to Catalina on your birthday. So if you can go there and provide them proof that it's your birthday, you can go over to Catalina and back for free. They're banking, obviously, that you're not going to do that by yourself. You'll take a few other people, and they'll make money on it that way. Other things that you can get for free, the Denny's, a free slam on your birthday. Mimi's, that's a restaurant chain, free desserts on birthdays and anniversaries. And Coco's, Marie Callender's, Red Lobster's, and Red Robin, among the other places that offer deals like that. If you're interested in birthday deals, just Google birthday deals, and they'll be probably a lot more, maybe specific to your area. That's all that I have for my presentation. I hope you've enjoyed it. Are there any additional questions that have come in, Francis?
I don't see any, but let's give people a chance to type, since we have a little bit of time left. And let's see, what else am I going to say? Thank you very much for an excellent presentation. I didn't realize you could save so much money until I started trying some of these deals. I'm actually getting more than I can use. Like, I've gotten 3 years in a row of free ice cream from 31 flavors, and I've always been out of town or busy with some project. I haven't been able to use 3 years worth of free ice cream. But and then Groupon just plasters you unless you. So eventually I had to turn them off. I was using them for a few deals when I lived in Tucson. But yeah, these are great deals. Also, shopping online, it massively empowers the shopper. So I can go and look for deals, and I can set up a URL to check on a certain object or thing somebody like my wife wants, and wait around for it to be on sale. So then I wait around for either when she starts screaming she has to have it, or I wait for the sale to come. Either way, I end up with usually a better deal by watching the sales at different places. So it's really changed the way people shop. So it's really handy. What else can I tell you? Yeah, so anyhow, you made a great, very all-encompassing presentation. I hope you'll take advantage of some of these things. You can save them lots of money.